the Roadshow podcast.
My neck, my back, lick my burger and my snack. What's going on, dude? Food Lockie, how are we?
All right.
Yeah, just all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the reels going?
It's still going.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, keeping it real.
Sorry.
Sort of pushed back on it a bit. Doesn't look like it, but I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
On your
chilled out.
dude food page.
Yeah, it's lots of like throwbacks and all sorts of shit. But yeah,
I noticed.
doing other things, YouTube-y things.
What's the progression of like a burger channel? Like, if you think about it, like, do you just show more and more crazy shit?
Yeah.
Because I notice now the chicken fillets in your burgers are like this fucking big.
Yeah, but that's because people are making them like that too.
Right.
So like, I think that is the competitive bit.
Yeah, okay.
Like I know, like the Peach Pit now, they used to butterfly them, but now they're butterflying them sort of 3 times. So they're like just...
Massive.
Yeah, it's the same thigh essentially, but that's
Right.
just one example.
Okay.
But that'll match up to like Local Bird and other people that are just like heaving.
What's the draw about that? Is it because it looks bigger, or is it just like the novelty of a burger?
I don't know. I think it just looks impressive, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a Zinger burger, like a KFC Zinger burger on
On
steroids.
steroids.
I bet. I suppose that's the...
Mm.
That's my thinking about it anyway.
Okay. Since we last talked, you've started a podcast with Tim Kershaw, No
Yeah.
Crying in the Cool Room. Congratulations, is one of my favorites.
Sweet. That's
And
it.
in Perth is I think community-wise, we don't as like you always see like rappers and singers, they're always with each other on stage, but you never get to see like podcasters talk to other podcasters.
Yeah.
And last time I talked to you, you said you wanted to start a podcast
Yeah.
with Tim.
Yeah.
Fucking hallelujah, you did it.
Off we went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing that you found getting started?
I thought it was pretty fucking easy. It was almost too easy. I guess like the hard bit for us is getting together. And then we want to get like way more. The hard thing for us is getting guests to come on. Everyone wants to come on and have a chat. They talk shit. They love it. But they're all, we're interviewing working chefs, which is like a nightmare. Because I mean that's all they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if you can't, like we had a couple, like surprise function or someone called in sick or something. It's not like you always have the Saturday, Sunday off or the Tuesday mornings or something like that. You gotta
Yeah.
But also you probably don't feel like doing it. You probably just want to sleep in sometimes.
Why? Yeah, that's true. But if you got a personality, right?
Yeah.
Normally wants to shine through.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working on a fucking mundane, tedious workplace. You're like, fuck this, I just want to have a fucking
Yeah.
chat. Dude, I've recently started doing FIFO work just to money up because of like my sickness last year. Fucking went through all of my savings.
Can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, and 2 weeks away just driving, bro. I'm like, get me back to my podcast studio. I just need to have a chat, man. I need to
Yeah.
connect, It's,
Yeah.
It's like that. And I'd imagine if you're a cook, the last thing you want to do is talk about chefing or like
Yeah.
cookery.
The difference between the difference is what we do is that we don't really want to talk about that either, to be fair. It's just like funny stories or interesting, like so sort of like it all started because like we just used to swap horror stories and they're hilarious now. They're just the funniest fucking things. At the time it's like fucking traumatizing.
Yeah, of course.
And we like so a counsellor hit us up online. She DM'd us and said
like a therapist.
yeah. She's like, hey, the reason why you can't... Because it's very common. Like, it's a running joke that we can't remember anything. We can't remember things. And as soon as you mention, like, taking the bins out, then you got 15 stories about, remember when this happened or this happened to me? But you don't remember. She was like, yeah, that's because it's like it's what happens with like veterans and with the PTSD. It's like traumatic. I'm not saying I'm I'm not saying I'm a veteran or anything anywhere near. I've been shot at, but it's usually like it's the same trauma.
Right.
It's that like
You're kind of trying to hide it underneath it.
Yeah, you don't think it's traumatizing until, but it's you're right. Is that it's great to talk about. And early on, we got a little bit of stick from people, mainly non-hospo people, about the name No Crying in the Cool Room. Like it was anti-hospitality, except it couldn't be more hospo. Like everyone, it's like tongue in cheek. Everyone's fucking crying in the cool room. Yeah, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, but I just talking about anything, talking to someone that's been through the same thing you have, is like hugely therapeutic. Like even if it's a bit of a laugh now.
I remember working at like fast food restaurants when I was younger.
Yeah.
Not really restaurants, I guess they're dumpster fires of stress and fucking underpay wages. But I used to go into
proper restaurants too.
Yeah, well, I used to go into like the Red Rooster freezer and just punch the fuck out of the chip boxes.
Yeah.
Just because,
Yeah,
to get out whatever angst that I had in me.
I worked at Macca's as a teenager for a bit, and I used to kick the boxes. I was just like, woof, just like full soccer kick.
Just
the boxes.
Joe Rogan smacking the fuck.
Yeah, but like you'd get your toe in there because they were just like they're just like
boxes.
hash browns and stuff.
Yeah.
Bags of like McChicken, frozen McChicken patties and stuff.
And then that dirty boots right next to the next lady's meal.
Yeah, but you'd always see it too. You'd always see like someone's footprint on the side of the thing.
Yeah.
In the freezer as well.
I think that's probably the signs of a stressful fucking workplace.
Yeah. It's also like you're hiring teenagers as well. Right? Everyone's going through something.
Yeah, of course.
A bit of angst, bit of...
That's the thing is a lot of fucking like parents will push their kids to go get their first job and then not realize that Macca's or that Hungry Jack's or that KFC, whatever they're eating, is a bunch of teenagers just cooking shit. And if you piss them off, or if you got a little bit of stress from your kid in the back seat and you say something wrong, there's a good to fair chance you're copping a little bit of phlegm in your burger or something.
Like we always have the drive-through girls that always cry. I mean, they're always like 16 years old, they're just like, someone tells them to get fucked, they're probably drunk, you know what I mean? Or you gave them the wrong change when it was right, and then they haven't got the life to like actually have a normal chat about it. So no, did you give you the right change? And also you have to be wrong. Like they always right. So like if they,
Yeah. I think I've made probably like $80 in my life from being like, I gave you a 50.
Righto.
Yeah. And I've given them a 20. And
Yeah.
you get some extra change.
I used to give my mates, like they would come to the drive-through. They threw me on the drive-through one day.
Allegedly, by the way. I don't do that anymore.
No one. Yeah, it's a comedy podcast.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They threw me on the drive-through serving one day, and I had no idea what I was doing. And normally there's like procedures and training, all this sort of shit, like whatever. And then normally girls that do it. And they just put me there one day. I don't know what happened, but I was like, all right. It's literally like a Big Mac, large Big Mac meal is literally like Big Mac large, and it comes through. Like it's not fucking. They make it for children, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not hard, but I ended up being okay at it. So they would just every time they needed someone to jump in, they'd just tell me to go, and I would end up just like my mates would come through the drive-through. They'd give me like $20. I'd give them 40 back. You know what I mean? Like it was like not because it wasn't my till.
Yeah,
and then you
had someone else's name in the top corner.
Yeah, and you just put like you could promo things off, which means that they're for free, and so you just go like, but you didn't even have to explain it. They'd just be like. You could have any number of vouchers from like fucking basketball, t-ball, cricket. Like, yes, you just go. They had as long as they pay for one thing, so you just put through like a small Coke and then just go Big Mac promo, like double quarter pounder extra whatever promo. So I was all about that, and then but you could do it after the fact as well.
Yeah,
so much scheming went on,
dude. So when I was
I worked. The two wouldn't be down.
I worked at Hungry Jack's for like a year.
Yeah.
Used to get stoned out of my brain in the bin room at the back of the fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
And like me and like 3 giant Maori dudes are out there just smoking weed, right? And then this one time, we got caught.
Yeah.
But because we knew that we were going to have the munchies, we had a bunch of fucking like food that we had stolen. And you're only allowed to have like one burger for lunch or something like that. We had fucking mountainous amounts. Yeah. And because we made them, we knew that they were okay, like fresh patty, all that kind of stuff. You never trust somebody else to make them.
No.
Then what happened is I got fired from there and I moved next door to KFC. This is in Beachboro, bro. Right? Moved next door to KFC and got fired for smoking weed in the bin room. I did not learn my lesson.
Would you get fired for HJs? It's the same thing.
Same thing, yeah. And at Red Rooster. It was always the same thing.
Too much smoke.
Yeah, it was just too much weed when I was younger.
That was the best bit. It was making your own. Because you were allowed to like have whatever it was, the one thing on your designated break.
Yeah.
That was the fun bit. It was just making your own shit, and I just wrap it and put it at the back.
Yeah.
So like no one quite knew, and then you just walk it through the sink or whatever the
Just
wash
smash it in the change room.
It was so
Always
good.
did that.
Fuck, they were the best burgers ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find nowadays when we went out to Sea Restaurant on Saturday night. I don't know what kind of food that is. Like, I think it might be Australian fine dining. Like,
Okay.
if you could imagine what Australian fine dining was.
Yeah.
I had the crayfish. Now, we paid $590 for dinner.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. It was our anniversary, so I was like, fuck
Yeah.
it, let's go.
Yeah.
They charged us, and I'm going to have a rant here. They charged us $105
Yeah.
per person before any food came out.
What do you mean?
That's when you
For
reserve
the
it.
menu.
For the menu, yeah.
What do
Right.
you mean? What?
So you're allowed
Like
one
a booking cost?
entree and one main, but that's their set menu. You have to pay that regardless.
Okay.
Okay. Then, because we wanted a window seat, it was our fucking anniversary. I was like, can I please have a window seat? They charged me $41
For the window.
for the window. Right. And it was,
Cool, so far.
should have just stayed up there. It was a better view, like
Yeah.
away from the window, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. And then we ordered the crayfish. No, I ordered the crayfish. She ordered the duck breast. She's gluten-free. There was no added cost for the gluten-free duck breast, which was good. Like, I wish I had gotten that because I ordered the crayfish thinking it was going to be like a lobster tail, you know?
Right.
No, this was a prawn at best, bro. This thing was fucking so underage. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, fucking Jeffrey Epstein would want this fucking crayfish,
It's an
you know?
island cray, yeah.
It's an island cray, yeah. And, like, it was $59 extra on top of the $105.
For the cray.
For the cray.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So we ended up having like 6 Kilpatrick oysters as a starter with 3 panko oysters, $9 each, by the way, $81 just for these fucking 9 oysters. And then we have like cocktails, and I had beef cigars. You ever had beef cigars before?
Are they wrapped in like brick pastry or something? Like
Yes.
crispy, and then filled with
Wagyu beef.
yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
But they were like $28 for like
Yeah.
4 little spring rolls. Like, it was fucking
Yeah.
extortionate. And when we had like, I had a tiramisu, she had like a panna cotta at the end. It was I had a limoncello. It was fucking good, right?
Yeah.
But the food, I don't think it was worth $5.90, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I covered their fucking ingredients bill.
That's when you get in trouble, when you start adding it up in your head. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like we spent like $1,500 on one night out, and like we got a nice hotel, top level, at the Adnate. You ever been there?
No.
The art series Adnate. Shout out to them. They're fucking amazing. That was a fucking awesome room. 26th floor, free drinks because it was our anniversary. Just amazing. It was truly beautiful, and it was only like, oh dude, so that was like, they fucked up on booking.com. So the deluxe room, they thought that was more than the premier room in like luxury, but it wasn't. So I bought the fucking deluxe room. They put us on the 16th floor, and I was
Yeah.
like, how many floors are there? They're like 26, but that's for premier. And I was like, well, I bought the most expensive room.
Yeah.
What's going on there? And they're
Okay.
like, oh, well, we can give you an upgrade. And I'm like, well, it's cheaper to give me
Give me
the
a
upgrade.
lobster as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got put on the top floor. So it all kind of worked out well, but I'm still quite mad about that. And it didn't look like they... the reason for the rant. There was a point to this.
Good rant.
In Australia, we're not known for our fine dining. And we don't really have a lot of fine dining in Perth. So when
Right.
there is a fine dining restaurant, what gives them the right to make that amount of, I guess, like, price rise?
Yeah.
Like, where does that come from?
You can just do it. You're just allowed to do it. I suppose because it gets booked out too. Like, if people didn't really like it, they wouldn't keep coming back. I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I've been on the other side of that and just making up pricing. Like, you can just push it as far as you want. But also, like, I mean, you know, and like crayfish and like WA rock clubs, it's not cheap. But at the same time, like, it would probably cost you about $50 for one. I don't know what size that was. So you are paying for that plus the $100. So like you're paying triple for what it would have cost them.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's kind of what you want to do. You want to like rough guide is like triple what it cost you on the plate.
Triple it.
Yeah.
Well,
If that's in your head, triple it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it's $50 for a crayfish tail, and then I paid $105 plus the $59 on top,
Yeah.
$164.
Yeah.
That's not bad, I guess.
And that normally covers everything. That's just a general rule. I mean, like when you cost, you just get down to like food cost percentage, and you kind of want that over like 25% sort of thing, or under, I should say.
Right.
Yeah,
Have
which is
you-
essentially, if you think about it, triple, you're in the rough ballpark.
You've set out prices for restaurants and stuff before.
Oh yeah, even since I was an apprentice,
Right.
it cost everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is like fucking good knowledge.
yeah.
Let me wrap your brain though.
All right.
Wagyu from Australia, is it real Wagyu?
I don't really care. It is like
That's the best.
yeah, like if you want to go down that track of like, is it Kobe beef from fucking wherever it's supposed to be from? Japan, wherever they're supposed to be from in Japan. I know they give a shit.
Yeah.
But you can get some, like the beef here is fucking best in the world. Like they ship it out more than they bring it in, keep it in Australia.
Really?
People fucking love Aussie beef, 100%. And the Wagyu is certainly the best in the world. Yep. So I don't really care if it's Wagyu, but at least you know what it is. Like it's the breed of the cow.
Oh, it's the breed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
but like if you wanted to get, I was just kind of meant if you wanted to get right into it, you would have to say, like Champagne is from Champagne in France.
Yeah.
Officially. So
Yeah.
so if you said Wagyu or Kobe beef,
Mm-hmm.
you would probably think, well, Japanese people would say, no, it's from here only. Sort of thing.
Yes. Well,
But they did definitely use the same farming techniques. It's the same breed of cow. And then you have half breeds as well. So there's only a couple in Australia that are farms in Australia that do full blood Wagyu beef.
right.
That's delicious.
Do they fatten them up the same? Because I've seen things like they feed them beer and stuff like that in Japan.
I don't know. I don't know how they do it here.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
play like classical music for them
They
and
massage
stuff.
them and
They
everything.
massage them.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a Wagyu cow.
I want to go see him. I want to go see the farm. I've never been down. I had the opportunity to go down to, I don't remember which farm it was now, but I want to see it.
Mm.
I want to see what it is. But it's mainly the breed.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to think that different cows have different flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like
guess so.
imagine, like if we were all cannibals. I think we talked about cannibalism last time.
Probably.
Yeah. Remember we talked about duck liver? I remember that now.
Oh,
And if you saw a
yeah.
fat guy with a really
Yeah.
nice liver, you'd be like, ooh.
I reckon I got a fatty liver.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, well, look at your
It's
page.
just like, yeah. But it'll be like the food I've eaten my life as a chef as well. and then like
accumulated
beers
goodness.
and craft beers. I reckon you got a fattier than other people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that, that's
I
dangerous.
think that's what happens.
Is that dangerous?
Sure. I
Of
think
course,
so,
right? Yeah.
I think that's how you get diabetes.
Is it?
I don't know.
You don't process insulin in that well?
I don't know.
I don't think you have insulin. I think you've like burnt out your insulin receptor or some shit.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm fucking. I'm not a doctor. Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
These are
please.
things you can probably Google if you.
Don't want to. No, I don't need that kind of knowledge.
Yeah. Once you start Googling like what's wrong with me,
Yeah.
that's a
WebMD
savage-
type shit.
rabbit hole. Yeah. I used to go to the doctor for checkups and things. It was just like I've broken my ankle, and then while I'm here, they'll just like take blood or whatever.
Can I think
And
you?
yeah, and they always say the same shit. They're always like, how many drinks do you have? Too many. How many? By one or something a week or whatever it is.
Mm.
It's always like the worst case, and I never follow that up.
Mhm.
It's always okay, cool, but I haven't felt any worse. So
It's interesting that you say that. Well, it's not interesting. It's kind of fucking regular though, because when I was at this whole fucking surgery thing last year, how I went through 11 surgeries and stuff.
yeah,
My mate asked me a couple of days ago, Sam McIntyre. He goes, "How long before you started trusting yourself and stopped listening to the doctors?"
yeah,
And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you knew what was wrong with you." And I was like, "Well, not really, but I had an idea. It was inflammation, right?"
yeah.
And he was like, "How long before?" And I was like, "Probably like 10 surgeries, maybe 9 surgeries in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is just cyclical. But because they're an authority, like they wear the lab coat, they have the stethoscope, all that type of shit. You're like, these guys know what they're talking. They went to school.
Yeah.
But if you fucking zoom out, man, everything that they do is for a commission base. They get commission on the tools that they use. They get commission on the medicines that they give out, the prescriptions from pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
All of the, like, if you're just looking at authority meetings these days, most of the time, if it's an industry that's thriving, it's because it's thriving because there's a way to make money from people that goes unnoticed.
Yeah, but you have to. Yeah, you're right. But they're finding a need for themselves. Like if everyone was like, but why? It's like, well, because you got like a massive inflammation. It's like, okay, we can reduce that by, I always eat fuck tons of chili or something. You're like, I just won't eat that for a bit, and see what happens, or I'll stop drinking booze for the week and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? Like anything that your bread, for example, with some people. Yeah, if everyone was like that, you wouldn't have much of a need for that, I would say.
Well, my thing was, and here go conspiracy theory fucking head. After I had my second vaccine, that's when it went to shit.
Yeah.
And now there's some like studies come out about cytostorms, about the spike protein inside of your blood. So once you have, like, you've got general inflammation as a stress response regardless, right? So if you eat something and you feel like shit, you're like, oh, well, that was a stress response to the food that you ate.
Yeah.
When it came to the spike protein, that times 1,000 so you get like this storm of inflammation inside you. So you've probably been hearing a lot more of cases of like Crohn's disease, endometriosis in women. You're seeing much more pericarditis and lung disease. And it's all these mucus-lined membranes on the inside of our bodies and the organs and the organ tissue. Now, when they brought out this vaccine, they didn't know that there was going to be a cytostorm in people, right? And there was a way to mitigate it, but they didn't mitigate it.
Yeah.
So the way to conquer the inflammation that it causes is, I think, I've found the cure, but nobody wants to fucking listen to me. I've told about 6 people that have Crohn's disease since it, and like 2 have listened and gotten over their Crohn's disease, which is wild.
Yeah.
There is a peptide called pentadecapeptide BPC body protection compound 157.
Right.
And you inject this shit where it hurts, or you take the tablet where it hurts, or when it hurts.
When it hurts, yeah.
And all of your inflammation goes away.
That's because I don't want to like just agree with you for the sake of agreeing with you, but when I had the second jab, that's when I noticed all this shit. I didn't notice inflammation per se. Like I didn't feel, but I felt there was a lot of shit happen after that. Like my breathing was weird. And I know like straight after you can have something, you can have a reaction somehow to everything, right? Mm-hmm. Any of those vaccines, right? But it wouldn't go away. It fucking wouldn't go away. Like my breathing, I had this little cough. I still kind of got it.
Do you have like the constant like feeling like you got phlegm in your throat?
Yeah, but
I got the same
like,
shit.
It's like it feels like a smoker's coughing. Like it just won't go away.
Yeah, I got the same shit.
And then, but that was from that. That was from that. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't there before. And I had something. I was getting like shocks in my arm. So I don't know if that was directly from the actual needle itself, but I was just like, fuck this shit. That's what I just felt like. That's whatever's going on there was not cool. And what else happened? I kept sneezing all the time.
Really?
For fucking forever. Straight away, it was just sneeze.
Well, they were saying that the reaction to your body's reaction to the vaccine was a drop in immune system, so it relied on the vaccine for immunity, right?
Yeah.
But it never comes back up.
Yeah.
You're like,
it feels like I've been sick forever, but I'm not sick.
But you're not sick.
Yeah.
It's just you've got low immunity, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And how do you bring your immune system back up?
I don't know.
Yeah,
because I've tried to figure it out this month. Like I've stopped drinking this month. I mean, we're only fucking 6 days in or whatever, but that's the plan. Mm-hmm. Is like I'm not going to drink. I will look after. I always eat well, regardless of what you see on the pages. Dinners are always like veggies and fucking what you should be eating and all the rest, and I look after calories intake and everything like that.
Interesting.
And water, loads of fucking water.
Yeah, you have
keep
to
that fucking sodium shit down.
Mm-hmm.
And uric acids and all that will just fuck off when you drink tons of water. Not too much, you know what I mean? Like enough, 2 liters or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's literally to combat that because I can't shake this shit.
Right.
I can't shake. It's not even. I don't even feel sick. It's just It's finally annoying.
Yes.
Like
it just doesn't go away.
and my daughter was giving me shit about it. Just cough properly. Like she's just giving me shit. And that's when I was like, "Fuck, what do I do with this?" Eh? Like if it's noticeable for other people, it's happening all the time.
Yes. Have you ever tried the carnivore diet?
Nah.
Nah. Okay, so when I'm up north and I was doing this and I was finding every night that I was doing it, because normally I'll sleep and I get tingly hands or I'll get like a really bad headache after I wake up. Obviously, I'm choking, sleep apnea, whatever it is during the sleep.
All right.
Now, I'll do one day of carbohydrates and I'll train on that day. The next day, I'll just do meat.
Yeah.
Meat only. And then on that night, I have the best sleep of my fucking life every time I do it.
Yeah, right.
And I think it's because my insulin, it's not responding to any carbs, so it can chill.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're always hitting your insulin response, you're getting closer and closer to desensitize, or you're basically having sugary blood always, and that can't be good for you, right?
Yeah.
So if you take away that shit just for one day every other day, you're getting all the amino acids for muscle growth or muscle retention. You're keeping your water high. You're keeping salt there for hydration purposes and making sure you're not cramping up and stuff. But then you're getting rid of all of the exterior alternative responses to your food that you don't normally, or you wouldn't normally respond to. Why do babies not snore? Well, if they're on the breast and they're not on shitty formula, they will not have any carbohydrates. That is solely just breast milk, right? They're carnivore up until they start getting fed sugar. Yeah, and I'm not going to be a stickler for it. Like, if my baby wants a little bit of fucking sugar, go for it. Like, I'm not going to fucking restrict that, but I think there is something to it, and when I do it, at least, I'm getting mad responses, bro.
Yeah, right.
I don't know though. It's just for me. I'm never going to be like, hey, just only eat meat, because I know some people that, like, if you get Lyme's disease, there's something called the red star tick, and it makes you allergic to red meat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lone Star ticks. My bad. Yeah.
Oh, like an actual tick.
Like a tick, and you get Lyme's disease. It's called the Lone Star tick.
Yeah.
And if you get Lyme's disease from it, you get an allergy to meat. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? I can show you. Please don't come up with porn. I'm just kidding. It wouldn't, babe. No, I'm
Imagine watching porn in here. That'd be wild.
just by yourself.
Yeah. Just key everything up.
So the Lone Star tick is this fucker.
Where does it even come from?
Literally, you've probably seen those ticks around. They're in Australia.
What do they normally eat?
What do they normally eat?
I don't know.
Well, they hang off of like kangaroos and shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So there you go, meat allergy. That's the first fucking thing. A bite from the Lone Star tick can cause people to develop an allergy to red meat, including beef and pork. The Lone Star tick has been implicated in initiating the red meat allergy in the US, and this tick is found predominantly in the southeast of Texas, Iowa, and New England. But it's in Australia.
Yeah. You're right.
It sucks. It's like chronic wasting disease. You know what chronic wasting disease is? CWS?
Nah.
Chronic wasting disease. If you ever see like a kangaroo, or what else gets it? Dingoes up north. You'll see like their leg hanging off, and they're still trying to like move,
shit, really?
or like their tails corroded. It's
right.
literally a disease that gets into their blood.
Well, like polio.
It's like polio for fucking animals, bro.
Yeah, right.
But if you kill that animal, you can get CWS in you, and then it triggers like ALS and shit.
Ugh.
Like, there's so many different fucking things that can just fuck you up, bro. And you just got to think about all these fucking things while trying to maintain civility in social society.
Yeah. I wonder how I'm gonna go. Like, I wonder if I'm gonna get. I don't mean just because of anything I'm doing.
In your life?
Yeah, I just mean like, I wonder how that ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. I nearly hit a car the other day.
In a car, or you just punched?
Yeah, no. I was in my wife's car, and it has that thing where it like beeps if they think it's going to be a problem ahead or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it beeps at random times to make you go, like it actually, like I find it will probably cause an accident more than anything.
Yeah.
Because we like you go around a bend and it'll just go like bidoo bidoo bidoo, and you're like, what the fuck?
Does your one have the automatic brake?
I don't know. It did something, but like it was kind of, the sun was in my eyes and it was wet and foggy, and I was looking, and I literally just went to turn the radio on like that, and it went bidoo bidoo, and there's a car like right parked on the side of the road, and I went whoop whoop, like I had enough time. I think I would have been alright anyway, but like that made me look up. All I did was like that. It was like the sun was, you know, when the sun at like in the AM's like right there. Yeah.
It blocks so much vision.
But like fucking head on, that would suck.
That would have sucked, dude. Fuck, don't go out like that, please.
I know.
Yeah, try and just use your phone, put it on a playlist, and just don't look at the bitch, or even radios. Because if it's got that sensor to it, it's probably a newer car, right?
Yeah, like last year, I guess.
Yeah, so just chuck Apple CarPlay on or some shit, bro.
Yeah.
Please, don't die.
Yeah.
We need you. We need to know where the burgers are.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, it's sick. Yeah, I think it's good to fucking worry about that shit, man. Like when you're gonna go or how you're gonna go, because it kind of gives you an idea. Like, how do you want to go? Do you want to die because of like a disease that food can cause? Do you want to go because like you're doing something cool, like jumping out of an airplane? Where's my parachute?
Yeah,
like anything can happen, man.
Yeah, I think anything lame that you can like avoid. I think that's kind of
lame diseases.
Just lame disease, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing something extreme, you're like, okay, you kind of signed up for more possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just like some tick fucking bit you, that's so lame, dude.
And you're eating a steak and you just pass out and die.
That's so lame.
Yeah, it's fucked up, bro.
It's a weak way to go.
But it's probably on like it's the Steve Irwin effect, right? Because that guy was just fucking with all the venomous shit, and then he just gets taken out by a stingray of all things.
Yeah,
you think that he was going to be turned into fucking crocodile food? But
apparently, there's like a video of that, video of it happening.
Really?
Yeah,
I want to see this.
I see it every now and then. You'll see it on Twitter. Oh, not whatever that's called now. X.
Yeah. Oh, I have a theory on why it's called X.
Okay,
so you know how you used to have Twitter Spaces?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Like Twitter Spaces were like, if you have a trans community, you can make a Twitter space for it, and then it would be like, here's my Twitter space trans community, and we'll all talk within our own echo chamber. Well, now it's X space.
Like a group chat.
It's X space now.
Okay.
So and he has
SpaceX.
SpaceX. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
He's smart like that, so he probably did make that connection. Now, a Steve Irwin death video. This is fucked up.
Maybe you just couldn't think of a fucking name.
Well, I
just
think
called it X.
Yeah, well, you think about it, like, man, like, do you say
it's X for like, look at all the ex-employees I'm about to.
Probably because there's only 22 working employees at X now, and there used to be
really?
like 600. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, at Twitter, and there was so many people doing fucked up shit. Like they would, if you were an employee at Twitter and you were quite left wing, and there was somebody espousing right wing ideology, you would just be like, block this cunt.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, but that's how I do it. I mean, I don't block people, but you can just ignore them, and then the algorithm won't throw it to you anyway. You know.
Wait, so there is actual footage?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I just remember every now and then it'll come up like Steve Irwin leaked stingray death or something.
Oh, I don't know if I want to watch it.
No, I haven't watched it. I haven't even looked into it. But you know, when you scroll, I don't really go on there anymore. But it used to come up a bit. What was I going to tell you about X? Have you heard that stuff about? That's something I watched recently. Was did you watch Kill Tony? Yeah. So did you watch any of that? You know when the Chinese tried to cancel him?
Yeah.
Did you watch he had a podcast where he explained it all?
No.
It was on a podcast that literally deals with cancellations. I can't remember the podcast name. Right. It was a fucking insane interview. he was explaining how it all happened in real time,
Okay.
and it was like a complete setup, like a Chinese government setup, Chinese party setup.
What?
Yeah, so he got tagged in something on. This is what remember it because on Twitter, he got tagged on an article at like say 6 a.m, and it said at 11:15, whatever the guy's name is, the Chinese comic, said blah blah blah, and this is the video of Tony Hinchcliffe, saying like racist stuff. And he was like, what? And it wasn't 11:15 yet. So he saw this and went, what's that? I don't understand that. Like had a bit of a look at it, and it was like Chinese subtitles, like of his stand-up thing. And then he said he went back to bed and then woke up and there was another article saying the same time. And then when the time came around, the Chinese comic posted it. So like they knew it was going to happen. And then he was like, how is this happening at exactly the same time? And he's got all these articles that have already been written about like this was going to happen from all the Chinese companies.
Right.
Yeah. And then, yes, he was like, what is this?
Fuck.
And then, yeah, it's just like wave after wave.
That shit's real, man. That shit's real. I reckon that's probably propagated because that guy's ruthless to the Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean in a bad way. He is funny as fuck, and he uses a lot of like racial jokes to prop up his comedy. There's nothing wrong with a racial joke. It is. I know it's bad to say that. I know. But it's supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be offensive.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make you go.
You think of all the things that you've laughed at as well on stand-up in the last 20 years or something. It's brutal stuff.
Richard Pryor?
And then all of a
Look at this white motherfucker trying to take my photo. Go sit down, motherfucker.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's supposed to be like protected or you can't say that or
you can't. It's coddling.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Coddling of the American Mind, and I can't remember who fucking wrote it, but it's a fucking. You can see what happens before it happens, and it's like a low level Marxism, trying to control speech on like. You can't say that. Do not say that. That's wrong. If you say that, you're a bad person. Yeah. That is baby coddling if I've ever fucking seen it, bro. And I've told this story before on the podcast, and I'll tell it again. There was a little guy. I was at Kmart. There was a little guy in front of me, and he was buying some shit, and I was behind him buying some shit. And there was a dude. I'm going to stick with dude who was dressed as a woman as the cashier or like pointing to go to the self-serves. Yeah. And the guy in front of me, he very short, not very masculine, had one box in his hand, was buying something, goes, hey man, is that one free? And he goes, it's ma'am. Yeah. And then he's like, yes, you can go. And like, so he goes over, and there was one like directly here, and I didn't even ask. I was just like, "Sup, dude," and just fucking went straight
exactly
to it.
What I would say, I'd be like, "Hey, mate."
Yeah. I was like, "Sup, dude?" No, like, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you trying to push that? If you want to be that, go for it. Like, I know some guys that are like, I'm like, dude, you're wearing a skirt, but like, they're like the coolest person. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, why can I be like that? Why are you trying to make us or enforce us? If you want to be a good person and put on a dress, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody. Like, wear the stilettos. Who gives a fuck? Just don't make me say some shit or make me feel bad for assuming.
Yeah, but it's like it's just it comes down to like you didn't do anything deliberately, right? Like you're not looking to deliberately like upset somebody by saying by assuming they're the wrong gender deliberately, right?
Yeah.
You're not out about. I call everyone mate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, just get happen to me anytime.
Yeah, that's a good way.
I say
like
bro. I've said
blanket.
bro to like my kids. Like friends' parents at the school and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, just call myself. I just walk it off. Like, I don't care.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I know.
It's a word. If you're like, if you call someone bro and you're sitting there after it, like, fuck, I really should have called them by their pronouns. bro, you need to check yourself. Oh, you got too much time. You ain't got enough struggle in your life, son.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
like
other things I probably need to say sorry for, and that's not one of them.
yeah, yeah,
Not one of them at all.
yeah. You dog gun.
Yeah, just dress him down on the fucking lawn at the school or something. Yeah.
Well, I've called people cunt in public, and I've had less of a response or negative response to the word cunt than I have to pronouns, and it's interesting because
Yeah, right.
I will start with "you're being a cunt,"
Yeah.
but that's not one of your pronouns, so I shouldn't call you that. Like,
I always say it. I always say stop being. Yeah. I always say it.
yeah,
I use that word all the time.
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you guys swear on your podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the time.
Why'd you go so low, bro?
Yeah.
Like, we've been told off for that. Yeah.
Well, I think we said we had a conversation about dicks, and I don't know where it came from, and that got muted. And we've been
On YouTube or TikTok?
TikTok, and then it might have been a short as well, but it was definitely like what were we talking about? And but we talk about so much shit, and that's what. Yeah, like we literally have we don't beep anything. We don't it's just flat out. So it's weird what they'll come up with, but it's just definitely a rolling censorship. Like I reckon next week it'd be fine, or last week it was alright, but then there's something in the videos that have got flagged. The AI's gone. "Oh." Yeah,
Have you had there's that fucking COVID cough.
I've had a few already. Yeah.
Have you guys had many sponsorship deals come through?
Nah, but we haven't really. We kind of took the foot off the pedal when we were going to approach people.
Why?
Not deliberately. It was it was just like Tim did whatever he, just life shit, and I was doing some other shit, and I'm not upset about it. It was just
You guys have got a beer deal though, right?
we're just looking for something else at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What about Bright Tank?
yeah. We just need to approach people.
Oh, I'll link you up with Matty.
Right.
He's over at East Perth here in Bright Tank Brewing.
Yeah,
Fucking amazing.
it's a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful beers, bro.
Yeah, they're
And
good.
Craft. Have you had? You've
Yeah,
had them?
fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's fucking awesome. That dude's. You want to talk about knowledgeable? Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that
But that was the next. Anyway. That's the next step to answer your question. But we haven't really
Fuck. Sorry.
needed to be fair. And we for as much success as we've had, which has been fucking crazy.
Right.
We have done very little, other than I know how to make short form content, and Tim makes cool YouTube long forms and things like that. Yeah.
Where are you guys doing it?
We got this it's this fucking trap house in Duncraig that my parents own that they're not really living in it. Well, Dad's living in it at the moment because he's got like health issues, but it's just a room in there. Like we put curtains up like this. I ripped them out of my parents' old bedroom.
Right.
So that's and then there's a bookcase, and then we put like a piece of wood across the old fridge that was already in there. Well, not already in there, but I dragged it from like another part of the house.
Yeah.
Put a sticker on it. Printed out. Well, my wife printed out a big fucking sticker.
With no crying in the cool room
Yeah.
stickers. Sick.
And then we got all the equipment. I got all the equipment from. Well, Tim already had the cameras, obviously, like he's a videographer. And then I got all the equipment off fucking Marketplace for like $400, not even.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
all
this
of
is
it.
what I fucking love, dude.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
But that goes back to, I think, probably the first question you fucking asked me today was like, what did you find hard about it? That's what I meant, is actually found it easy. Was like, you just, if you looked at the kind of studio.
Did that just... My bad. Sorry.
I don't know what we were talking about. Oh yeah, just literally said, if you look at it, if you look at when we're in the studio, what it looks like, it looks mint on camera. If you go there, you're like, what the fuck? Because everything's just out of frame.
Yeah.
Like the dog shit wall and the whatever else. And they're like literally planks of wood I found at the back, and I've just put the curtain on or hung it up. And
See, I find like people are paying, like spending so much money on like these giant studios and shit, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, you're starting out. Like, find something.
Yeah.
You've just got to think about this.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's all people seeing.
Yeah.
When I first started out, I recognized that early, right? So I bought big black pin boards
Okay.
from Bunnings. You can buy like one for like $70, and they're 2 meters wide and 1.6 meters in depth.
Yeah.
Height,
Height, yeah.
And I just put that behind myself, and I put that behind
Yeah.
the other person, and we were sitting probably 30 meters away from each other. Or
Yeah.
no, 15 meters away from each other, rather.
Yeah.
It's just the capabilities of this
Yeah.
let us do that. So I was on one side of the lounge room because it was the height of COVID as well. I was like, stay away.
Yeah.
I was all the way over here, and they were all the way over there. But the camera for them was close to them, and the camera for me was close to me.
Yeah.
So on camera, it looks like we're
It's like
fucking
right
right
here.
there, and
Yeah.
we can hear each other.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
You know, if we were in 2 different rooms and we had microphones and headphones, it would be the same thing. We'd be
Yeah.
able to hear each other
Yeah.
the exact same way, just without the eye contact and the bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. The porn.
And the,
Yeah.
the dirty fucking street porn. So, what have you noticed, friendship wise, with doing a podcast with a friend for how many episodes you got now?
Just dropped 22. I think.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I've noticed people that do podcasts with other people that they like are friends with,
Yeah.
and then they have a falling out, and you're like, oh, don't fucking do that, because then the podcast fucking
Yeah.
goes to shit,
The
right?
whole dynamic.
Yeah, like the Opie and Anthony show. Have you know Opie and Anthony?
Yeah.
They were funny as fuck.
Is that what happened to that? I
They
didn't know
just-
what happened to
They had a
that.
falling out.
I used to listen to it all the time in the States, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they had a falling out, and they just didn't do it anymore. Yeah, Anthony hated Opie,
Okay.
so when they wanted to bring it back, they were like, "No, fuck you."
I think so. I don't know about Tim, but I just have this like this massive like bullshit limit. Like it's just this huge bullshit limit. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like I can put up with so much shit. It has to be insane for me to like insane. I either abuse my daughter or something like that.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a limit.
even then, you
right?
can still talk it off.
Yeah, right. Like you would have to you would have to mean it. You know what I mean? Like you would have to. Yeah. But but also that comes from like the kitchens and stuff. Like you if you have a problem with someone, it's right in your face. You have to keep working with this guy for like 11 more hours. You know what I mean? Like next to each other. Yeah. That's fucking shit.
Yeah,
you don't want to do it. All you want to do is like blank the guy, ghost each other, and never see each other again.
Yeah.
But you have to, and then you do it the next day. So you just go, dude, what the fuck? Do this or that. Why don't you do that? You know, and then it's over. You don't have to like the guy as well.
Yeah.
So I think like it's like survival, but it's not fake because it's like
You've been in that real world situation.
you've talked it face to face.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even a fight. It's like you have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably cool that you guys both have that background and you can look like you come from that.
Yeah.
But I think people that go into it with the sensibility of ego, like this is going to make us famous.
Yeah.
You know, then they're like, oh, you said some shit that makes me look bad. But like if you like, he's a comedian, you've been doing fucking media for fuck knows how long.
Yeah.
You know, like you've had a little bit of, you know.
I think I always even when I'm making clips, I try to make them fair. But also make clips that make me look like sometimes
Dickhead.
a bit like a dickhead, like
Yeah.
a bit of a clown. So it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm very aware of that because I'm making them. I'm very aware. By the way, Tim's never got annoyed at any of this, but like I am very aware in my head. Go like, don't be. We're not trying to piss each other off, or
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make anyone look like a
Yeah.
But if he says something funny or fucking retarded, but also if he does say something retarded, I'm just going to tell him right then and there.
Yeah,
and it's
that
a
was
better
retarded.
episode. It's
Yeah.
a better clip, right? Yeah. You're like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
That is good, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And maybe that's probably what I'm lacking in this fucking podcast is
What?
someone to bounce off of. You
Yeah.
know? But then again, you know, like if I did have that, maybe because like the Hard Yarns podcast,
Yeah.
like Daniel Delby, the host of the Hard Yarns, he was supposed to be in at this time right now,
Okay.
but we decided we're going to do it tomorrow, right? But
Yeah.
those guys, they bounce off each other, like, because they're both comedians, like, but one's like Branchy, he's super spiritual, and then you got Delby, who's just like the funniest cunt ever, and they're just constantly going at each other.
Yeah.
But then they also have like the conspiracy side of things, they have the spirituality side of things, and
Yeah.
the awakening, and they're just cool interviewing cool people as well.
Yeah.
There's so many different. That's what I love about podcasts.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
There ain't no fucking rules, bro.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's like it's how I live like my life. Anyways, it's just a fuck you attitude to everything. Like just being a kind cunt. It's like, well, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you what you're doing is creating a well, because we have video too. Like you have video as well. You're creating a fucking like a show is what you're doing. You're creating a TV show, and you're also like a radio show. You just do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. We're not like trying to pitch to the ABC or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But eventually, maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Who
Yes.
gives a shit? But
Yeah, it's kind of what I see as well. Because
it's
like,
fun though.
I'll do different things with the edits because I'm the guy that does everything, right? I do
Yeah.
the edit, I do fucking the recording, the videography, the fucking
Yeah.
the setting up of the studio. Like this was all me. I didn't have one lick of help from anyone except for my mates that helped out with like setting shit up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hammer and Josh. But when it comes down to like how I edit and stuff, I'm always trying to do something. Every single episode, I'm like, what didn't work last time, or what did I like about what worked last time, or what did I think I could have changed, and then I'll just go and do that.
Yeah.
Does the intro need to be more wow? Is it draining? Is it too long? Or is like
Yeah.
there's just so much that goes on with a podcast, and I think that's the key to everything. Like even if you're if you're going to the gym, if you're a dad and trying to be better, you always just got to try and do that one thing every day just to be better.
Yeah.
You know, if you have an opportunity for change, why not do it?
Yeah. Or be better at something.
You
Yeah.
know, like rape a little quieter.
Just be better. Yeah. The most efficient raper.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could always be more efficient, right? You don't.
Just a donkey punch.
If I was a raper, I'd be the best one. So stupid. But I have this weird fucking drive in me, and I don't know where it's come from. I think it's come from my dad. I used to do homework with my dad. Like he was a maths and science teacher and like professor at the universities and stuff. So it was always kind of cool to do. It was easier to do your school work, right, with people like that around you. But he would always just like, fucking, you're not done till this, you're done, and you can get better, and you can do more, and you can get faster at this, or you can do it without a calculator, or you can do. But I don't know. I think that's where it started. I don't know. I just have this weird drive. Like I get tired. I'll just go until I'm like, ugh.
Is it because you've done the 9 to 5 or well, even the fucking 3 to 1 or whatever the time fucking is for chefing?
Yeah.
You know, is it because
All day.
you've done that?
Yeah, I think so as well.
And you know you don't want to do that anymore?
It's more like you know what you can achieve, which is like fucking. I don't think people really know.
Yeah.
I don't think people really. They're definitely not working up to their limit. It's just I can't imagine just doing. I was doing a 9 to 5 for a while at sales. I just couldn't do it. I just wanted to. It got so itchy. I needed to do everything. I needed to do more, and it was shit. It was a shit job anyway. They're shit jobs.
Yeah. The sales sucks, but if you get rejected a bunch of times and you hang on, you get like a thick skin because I've read
walking into a new person, like knowing you're about to as well, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But you just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Next one
with
up,
a smile on your face. Yeah. When I was like 11 years old, I tried my first ever Halloween trick or treating. Right. Nobody in my family wanted to do it with me. Here's a little story for us. So I was scared about knocking doors, especially in Australia. Like,
especially for Halloween at that age too. No one gave a fuck about it.
Nobody cares about Halloween, you know.
Yeah.
So I knocked on my next door neighbor's door. The people that my family had a friendship with, and they ended up giving me like 3 Tim Tams. They had nothing, right? And then because of the defeat of 3 Tim Tams, I didn't knock another door. I just knocked their door, and I was scared. I was scared of the rejection because they were like, we don't really have anything. And I thought this was set up the precipice of, knocking every other door.
Yeah.
And like I said, Halloween isn't a big thing in Australia. But I remember in sales, and when I first started out in sales, I did door-to-door sales, where I was setting up for appointments to come back and actually sell them.
Yeah.
I would knock doors, and I remember doing the first one, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm shitting myself. I tried to get through it, and I stumbled, and I walked away because I just couldn't get through it, right?
Yeah.
And then I was with my friend, who I'm still friends with him, Sam, who I've talked about a couple times already. He was like, dude, you just have to get to the end of the pitch. Like, it doesn't matter if you stumble, if you fall, just get to the end, finish.
Yeah.
Like, even if you look like a dickhead, just finish.
Yeah.
So I did, and then they're like, fuck off. And then I go to the next one, and they're holding a kitchen knife, and I'm like, and then I was like, no, I'll just finish. And I finished, and then they ended up being like, oh, we're cutting a birthday cake, but thank you, we need this. And that ended up being an appointment. And after a while, you just get through this rejection. And then I remembered writing down the scariest part of rejection, and it was so fear is an abbreviation for false evidence appearing real.
Okay.
Right, so you're scared, but it's not happened.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just you have no evidence for it.
Yeah.
So that's where I think I got my scared representative of myself as a person. I was scared at the fact of being told no, and then sales just got rid of that, and I started to get this self-confidence, and then it kind of got bad because I got egotistical as fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I already had an ego, to be honest, because I was an ex-bodybuilder as well. So I was
Yeah.
like, fucking Jesus. Didn't need it, bro. Didn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to be more like what you are, is just humble. Just chill.
Yeah.
Just chill out. It's all good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
But work hard. You know,
Yeah.
like, don't expect anything to come. That's where I see you're at the moment, right?
Yeah. But
You know-
also there's I do have the biggest confidence in what I can do.
Yeah.
And what I know I can do and what I have done in the past.
There's confidence and there's cockiness,
So then
right?
there's yeah too. So it's like
Yeah.
so there's the confidence for you.
Yeah.
And it's just this calm kind of confidence.
Mm.
And yeah.
I think I need that. I need to learn
Yeah.
that. But
You
I
need to
think,
go through some shit though.
oh, yeah.
Fuck, you imagine how many times I've seen shit, you know? It's fucking whatever.
Mm.
But it doesn't mean, but not everyone's like that coming out. Depends how you come out, I guess. But this has always been my personality. It got lost when I was cooking. It was just angry. But you got to be like that. You got to be, you don't necessarily have to be angry all the time. I was laughing all the time, you know, about all kinds of shit. Every day I was like that. But you just get angry, man. You just get tired, angry. One fuck up, you're like, ugh, yeah.
It's bound to happen, though.
Yeah, but I just sort of got out of that now. And I'm like, yeah, this is
I
sort
think
of me.
when you're a chef as well, fuck, it does my head in. I think there is there's a loss of sleep that people don't understand
Yeah.
because you're working mostly nights, right?
Yeah.
So you're not getting the sunlight.
Nah.
You're not getting, like, because you're in the fucking,
Yeah, well, even if you work day shifts, for example,
you're still not getting the sunlight.
no, you're always in the kitchens are always like in the back corner.
Mm.
They're like the afterthought for a renovation and everything. Like, quite often it's just no ventilation either, anywhere, unless you're in an open kitchen. But then it's even worse. I don't like open kitchens. I did my whole apprenticeship in an open kitchen. Watch you cook all day.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I do like
Get
to
used
see
to
it though. I do like to see it like La Paga. Wait, what's it called?
I don't know.
The pasta restaurant in
I think I know what you're talking about.
Scarborough.
Yeah.
La Paganini.
Capanini.
Capanini.
La Capanini.
La Capanini.
I know what you're talking about now.
They have
By
like
the
big
pool there.
glass. Yeah, by the pool. Yeah, and they have big glass walls between the kitchen and the restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's cool because like you're like, this is an Italian restaurant, but every chef in here is an Asian. Like,
Yeah,
you're like, what the fuck is going on? But
There's a lot of that now, eh?
yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, fucking
Yeah.
eventually they're just gonna start adding teriyaki.
It's everything.
So bring more
Instead
people
of
over.
balsamic, just
Yeah.
teriyaki. Soy.
That's nice, man. I do like a fucking a Japanese like teriyaki. What do they call those bowls? Donburi.
Okay.
Is that no? That's not it.
What is it though?
It's like rice, chicken teriyaki.
Oh
and-
yeah.
yeah,
Whatever that called. Yeah, it's good.
yeah, in the bowl.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God, bro. What's your favorite Asian dish?
I just like shit tons of Korean food.
Korean? What's
I
Korean?
don't
food?
know. It's all like fermented and
Oh
like
yeah,
kimchi and all that
I
sort of
like-
stuff.
I like kimchi.
Yeah.
That's good shit. If you have too much, you shit blood.
Yeah, I used to make it at home as well, and that was like just dangerous because I eat it with everything. And then I just started because like I can like handle loads of chili, like really hot and everything, but I don't. I process it like it's the standard white bloke.
Right.
So like yeah, I can. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It still hurts. Hurts like in your guts down here all the time,
yeah.
and you're like, it's just not. It's not worth it. A little bit here and there for like gut health, but also when you're making kimchi, you're making a fuck ton because it costs almost nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it's just carrots, Chinese Chinese cabbage,
Cabbage, yeah.
or whatever they call that, the long one.
Mm-hmm.
Vinegar,
Vinegar.
fucking onions and salt, and then Korean chili, and I'm fucking forgetting shit.
Do they put vinegar
Daikon?
in it? Rice wine vinegar, is it?
I don't even know if there's any in there.
Oh, really? How does it ferment then?
It's just you just salt it with like
Oh, so it welts.
the recipe I got from this Korean chick was like the you know, these big radishes look like dildos, the white.
Yeah,
the
yeah. I've got a few of them at
daikons.
home. No.
Blitz that up, like blend that up with all the chili and everything like that, and then just toss that all in so it's all coated.
Mm.
You could be right. I haven't made it in a while. So yeah, there's got to be vinegar in there.
There's got to be, right?
Yeah, surely.
Apparently, you have to
Made
like
fucking
bury
ages.
this shit, don't you? You have to put it in a jar and bury it.
I just put it in a container with a lid on it, but yeah,
It's to stop the sunlight.
I guess so. I never thought about it.
Never thought about burying it.
I never thought about why you do that.
Yeah. Well, it's the same as like kombucha.
Yeah.
When you make kombucha, it's worse to have it in an environment where there's sunlight. Apparently, it does something
Righto.
to the alcohol development. That's why you never see like clear brewery vats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Righto.
you need the darkness for the. You think darkness is your ally.
Yeah. Okay.
Then wine barrels, they're normally stored in a well ventilated dark area.
Yeah.
For fermentation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mate,
You
dude,
do get like when you
through a fart in
ferment.
the wind right now. You know.
Yeah, you do get those fermenting tubs though that are white, that would definitely get light. So I don't know.
Are they stored in a dark place though?
Oh, you can put them anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, it's a tub.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
can put it on a rooftop somewhere. Like, let's be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Oh,
I've forgotten a
never
lot
made
about that
kimchi.
stuff. Forgot about a lot about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like even I've just forgot how to fucking make it. I used to make it all the time.
I love Korean barbecue. You know how you go like you put things on the thing in front of you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They've got one in Bennett Street, just down the road here.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
And I stopped. Oh, this is going off.
There's going to be 3 cuts to this.
That's all right. Tim would just let this keep going, eh? And then you get some random shit at the end. I didn't like it. My back.
Oh, it is overheating. Should we wrap this shit up then?
Yeah, if you want.
You want to go get a beer?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to go get a beer.
Oh, I'm not drinking, but
You're not? Oh, you
Yeah.
can have a fucking alcohol-free beer.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Road Show. Lucky, I'm sorry about the camera.
That's all right.
I've got to fucking figure this out, hey?
This is this is stock standard for us.
Yeah?
For our podcast.
I
yeah.
have no idea how to fucking
It's
fix
gone
this.
again.
It's gone again. Oh my god. Anyway, fuck it.
it.
you. Thanks for watching, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Take me home, I wanna know if you're down, ready to go. Wanna fly away with you, float away, fly away.